Welcome to the Transformation Zone podcast, hosted by DOSSOU, founder of Salesforce Catalyst. Prepare for a journey into personal growth and business evolution. Discover inspiring stories and strategies to break free from fear, self-doubt, and low self-esteem.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You know who's on the mic again today. Your boy Steven DOSSOU, all the way from Togo, T-O-G-O. Hey, listen, you've gotta be excited about life, all right? I mean, with all this crazy thing happening now, crazy with capital K, you gotta be excited about life a little bit before you are gone. Well, it's a brand new chapter, and I'm back to do what I'm called to do what I have been commissioned by the Great One to do. Today, I want to talk to you about innovation, but more specifically, the primary engine of innovation, which is the mind. And where I want to take you today is the place, the carrefour of how renewing your mind does spark innovation. It's true. And it does. We are going to dive into this fascinating connection that can transform your life and work. And I mean, bring your dreams and goals to life. Bring that which you were created for to life. We want to unpack, or should I say, untangle the link between renewing your mind and sparking innovation. Now I've got a question for you. Have you ever found yourself stuck in a rut, struggling to come up with fresh ideas or solutions to complex problems, or sometimes it's very minor ones? Or have you ever found yourself stuck in a situation? Could be your relationship, could be your work, could be your entrepreneurship journey. You find yourself trapped, stuck, where you think over and over again, yet nothing new is coming. Well, the key to breaking free from that rut may lie in the very act of renewing your mind. And today, we dive in and basically remove the veil on how the ability to renew in your mind can lead you into getting yourself out of that trap. You know what I'm talking about. Being stuck in that relationship where you feel like you want to run. Being stuck in that job where you feel like your world is crumbling apart. Being stuck in that business that seems not to move forward. Let me tell you something. Innovation is the key. Well, but look, don't get me started, right? Let's talk about innovation. We are the Transformation Zone podcast, in case you don't know. The Transformation Zone podcast, where lives are changed, dreams are accomplished, and potentials released. What is innovation? I define innovation as the introduction of something new or a new way of doing something. And this could be a new product, service, process, or idea. As Joseph Schumpeter Okay, it's German. Schumpeter. Forgive my spelling. Is written SCHUM Peter. Okay, PETER. Joseph Schumpeter. All right, it's done. Okay, it's done. It is what it is. Okay, let's move on. Joseph puts that innovation is the process of creative destruction. We're gonna dive into this. And he further says that innovation can lead to the replacement of old products, services, and processes with new ones. The word innovation comes from the Latin word innovare, which means to renew or make new. Follow me, all right? Follow this, okay? Just follow me. Just stick with me because I'm gonna share some stories with you today that, look, I'm sure it's gonna speak to you. Just hold on, all right? Follow me. The first known use of the word in English, we're talking about innovation, was in the 16th century. And the word innovation has been used in a variety of contexts throughout history. In the 18th century, for example, it was often used to describe the introduction of new technologies. As a matter of fact, today, to a great extent, it still does. But from the 19th century and expanding to many areas today, the word innovation is pretty much used in a lot of contexts, and that includes business, technology, education, government, relationships, you name it. Now, remember I said that innovation, it also means in its essence to renew or make new. And I also defined it as the introduction of something new or a new way of doing something. Now notice that the common denominator to the definitions of innovation and to its essence, the term that keeps coming back up is new. Are you there? And guess what? It is very seldom that a frog can give birth to a lion. What am I saying? I'm saying that it is very seldom that a mind that is stuck in its old way of doing things can produce something new. What I'm saying is that a mind that is rusty finds it almost impossible to innovate. What did Albert Einstein say? He says that a mind that has brought you thus far cannot be the same mind that takes you to the next level. The greatest mind of all time, the Apostle Paul, he writes in his book Romans that do not conform to the things of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. I mean, this is what inspired my book, Be Transformed: How to Live Free of Fear, Self-Doubt, and Low Self-Esteem. But that's a story for another day, all right? Let's talk about this, okay? The Apostle Paul says that do not conform to the things of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And what this verse of Romans 12:2, what it actually also means is that do not get stuck in your old ways, but innovate your way of thinking, innovate your lifestyle by the renewing of your mind. So, what does it mean to renew your mind? Let me share a story with you. You see, in many times I share with you that I was born in Togo, T-O-G-O, small little tiny country, north to the south, 600 kilometers east to the west, 180 kilometers. The population there today now is about 7 million people, 7.6 to be exact. And let me tell you something, The basic salary in Togo till today is $50 a month. Oh God, somebody help me right now. And I hear people screaming around the world that life is tough. Let me tell you something. Go to Togo. The basic salary is $50. The rent is $45. No, listen. I mean, I'm laughing, but it's true. You heard me well. I'm saying the basic, tiny, small, one room, 3 or 4 square meter. 3 square meter, that's even exaggerating. 2.5 square meter costs you $45. How are you going to eat? How are you going to clothe? How are you going to transport yourself, your wife, and your kids? How? Let me tell you something. Life is tough out there. Now, something happens when you grow up in poverty circumstances. Your mind gets shaped around poverty. Same applies. When you grow up in wealthy circumstances, your mind gets shaped around wealth. So, in order for you to navigate the poor world in which you are born in, to go from there and to create a life in which your needs are fulfilled, create a life in which your soul is happy, to create a life in which you do not sigh every single day, to create a life in which you said, oh yes, I am living my dream. Something has to happen. And that which has to happen is renewing your mind. And that is my story. So, I talk about all the time how I was able to transform and shape my destiny. But you see, what people tend to forget is transformation is the change of one's outer form from how it was to another, which is the result of an inner change. So in order for you to see the transformation on the outer, in order for you to see the innovation on the outer, in order for you to see your life being changed, being shaped, you have to change the mind. So in my book, I talk about the mindset of lack. How do you go from the mindset of lack into a mindset of I have it all? How do you go into a mindset of lack in your relationship into I now have it all? Yes, I may not have that boyfriend of mine right now. Yes, I may not be working that dream job right now, but I have it. Woo, it's gonna get tough today, all right? Somebody hold on, all right? We are going somewhere. So, renewing your mind is about reprogramming your belief system. And that's what it is. It is a system. Think about your cell phone. You have the cell phone as a hardware, and then whether you're using Apple or Android, you have the software on it. All right? It's the same. You have your brain, the tissue, the 2.5 gram, 2,500 grams, for example. It's the hardware, the tissues. And then the belief system is the software that runs your behavior, the things you think, believe, how you act. That is the belief system. And that belief system is shaped by your life circumstances and most of the time by your environment. Now, if you remember what I was saying before, is that when you are from an environment that is painful, your belief system gets shaped with pain. When you are from an environment that is poor, your belief system gets shaped with poverty. When you are from an environment that is shaped with fear, your belief system is then defined by fear. So renewing your mind is about recreating a new belief system that then enables you to think in a new way, to act in a new way, to behave in a new way, and consequently innovating. I said it to you that it's gonna get very interesting today. Hold on, I'm seeing going that. So to go from a little boy in Togo, 2-bedroom shack, 9 siblings sleeping on the floor, fighting with cockroaches and mice, and say, "Hey, you, Mr. Mice, give me some space. I need my own space. Don't come in." Sleeping in a shack of $20, sharing dinner and lunch with cockroaches, and as soon as you open the door, they call you in, say, "Hey, come take a seat. Let's play some cards." So going from there to discovering my message and traveling the world and sharing that with people, to doing what I'm doing right now, let me tell you something. A reconditioning had to happen. So, renewing your mind, it means increase resilience in the face of change. Why? Because when you want to change that belief system, you are going to face a lot of challenges. Why? Because you are trying to rewrite your story. When you want to reprogram that belief system, you have to be resilient. That is why it is very difficult to find somebody that has recreated a new life of theirs and has not struggled. Now, that struggle sometimes is money. Sometimes the struggle is the people around you. You have the money, but you have no one to back you up with your ideas, or at least your family to accept you. Sometimes the struggle is in your bedroom, is your relationships. You hear me? So, renewing your mind, it means increase resilience in the face of change, in the face of adversities. Renewing your mind also means greater adaptability in different situations. Remember, I went from Togo, Togo, dusty roads, dust everywhere. For me to go from there to leading a team in South Africa of 50, 60, 100, 200 people, accounting for $5 to $10, $20 million of sales yearly, let me tell you something. I had to adapt. So adaptation, definitely, the ability to adapt comes with renewing your mind. Renewing your mind also means to grow in creativity, to build new relationships, especially creativity. Renewing your mind also means innovation. Oh man, listen, this is gonna be interesting. Okay, now again, as I defined innovation before, is a new way of doing things, a new way of creating things. So if renewing your mind also means, basically translates, is conducive to great creativity, and the primary driver of innovation is creativity, basically a new way of thinking and being. We cannot talk about innovation without renewing your mind. So, what is the connection to renewing your mind to innovation? You see, we often talk about innovation as something that happens only in tech labs or startups, garages, or next Facebook, Google, whatever you want to call it. But as we established before, innovation begins with a renewed mind. Today, I am able to talk about tech in all its ways. I mean, my team and I, we creating this solution that is a virtual reality that can prevent burnout for companies, decrease or completely annihilate anxiety, and boost resilience and performance in companies. And this is to respond to the increasingly mental epidemic in the European Union, where you have 1 out of every 5 people that deal with mental health issues. I mean, we're talking about the cost of almost $2 billion yearly to companies. And we're talking about countries like Finland, for example, allocating out of their GDP over $300 billion just to mental health issues. Listen, let me tell you something, okay? Listen, the entire GDP of Togo, Ghana combined is that amount of money. You hear me? So you have a country that's allocating a GDP of another country to just mental health issues. Well, look, today, the little boy of Togo, that couldn't even switch on a computer till the age of 16 years old, now I can talk to you about VR. Now I can talk to you about software. Now I can talk to you about using VR, virtual reality, augmented reality, to solve one of the most complex problems in the world. So what am I saying? I'm saying again to you that innovation always begins with renewing your mind. And it's through the perpetual renewing of your mind that you get to consistently innovate. So I want to take this to a whole other level, all right? I want to take this to a whole other level. I mean, we are the Transformation Zone podcast, so it has to be awesome, has to be interesting. Now, we are talking about the mind, right? Okay. Now, the mind, okay, is supported by an organism we call the brain, okay? The brain is within an organism that we call the body, the human, okay? Now, in the human, humus stands for flesh, body. You made from dust you come from, dust you go back. The book of Ecclesiastes. Then we have man in essence, that means the spirit. Follow me, okay? It's gonna get interesting. All right. Now, we're talking about the mind. We're talking about innovation. We're talking about creativity. What we talk about ideas are nothing more than frequencies. It happens to me all the time at 11 p.m. at night or 2 a.m. in the morning. Bam! I just woke up in the middle of the night and just got this idea. What had just happened? I connected to the frequency. That's why they say that every time you get an idea, 10,000 other people got it around the world. Why? Because it's a frequency that people tune into. Now, what am I saying? I'm saying to you that there is a connection between innovation and spirituality. So I'm saying to you that when you are right in the spirit and you are right in the mind and your brain is in the right condition, your body is in the right condition, innovation becomes effortless. Woo! This is interesting, all right? This is sweet. Okay, I mean, come on, look, if you're listening to this, you better leave me a review, an audio, or something. Okay, send me a voice note to encourage me, or even best, send me some money. All right, come on, somebody's gotta eat. Or you know what I'm saying? This is not about me supporting the work, supporting the life purpose. Drop something there if you're listening to this on Spotify. If you're listening to this or on YouTube or whatever the case is, come on. I don't know, reach out to me. I'll send you my IBAN number or something, all right? But listen, we don't do this for the money. We do this because we are called to do it. So you have the brain that direct all the activities of the body. And then the brain runs with the software that is the mind of, basically the sum of the belief system. And then the mind, okay, the body, that is then connected to the soul, that is connected to the spirit. So, in other words, you may have the possibility to be connected to a great idea, but because your mind is clustered into negativity, into dark thought, you will not be able to tap into the pureness, the essence of creativity. That is why it's important that in order for you to be innovative, in order for you to be creative, in order for you to tune in those pure frequencies, those unique frequencies, just like how Pythagoras screamed Eureka in the bath in that time when he connected, when he plugged into bam, the frequency, you ought to free your mind of negative thoughts. In order for you to perpetually renew in your mind, you ought to ensure that your mind is clean. Like Dr. Norman Vincent Peale says, flash your mind. And it's an exercise that you've got to do daily. And this is the first step to renewing your mind. And this is the first step to inviting innovative mindset, innovative spirit. Flash your mind, purify your mind, cleansing your mind of negative thoughts. Don't go around with your green, envious eyes. No. So I'm saying to you that the first step into inviting innovation in your life, innovation in your work, innovation in your entrepreneurship, innovation in your life, first step is let go of all the things that are not serving you. You have beef with somebody, go and clean it up. Otherwise, you're not going to move forward. Secondly, practice what we call mindfulness and meditation. I do this every single day, no failure. It's basically a time when what I do is, when you do that, is you create an alignment between your mind, your soul, and your spirit. So you're able to tune in the source and download the information that you need. Thirdly, what you want to do is feed your mind. Feed it through readings, through listening of positive tapes. That's why you've got to go back and listen to all my podcasts to feed your mind. Do that every day. Why? Because what you're doing is you are going through a process of reconditioning. You want to condition your mind in thinking freely. You want to condition your mind in thinking without negative thoughts. You want to condition your mind in being free of fear, self-doubt, and low self-esteem, the three toughest demons of mankind. And fourth, you want to feed your spirit. People do it through prayer. My way is through prayer. I gotta read the word and go on my knees and call upon the source. 5, grow a little tough. You hear me well? Yes, that's what I say. I said, grow a little tough and embrace failure as an opportunity to grow and learn. Why? Because listen, we cannot talk about innovation without trials. You innovate, you try, sometimes you get feedback, sometimes you fail, and you do it again. So, in order for me to go from a 2-bedroom shack to doing what I'm doing right now, I had to innovate my life over many times. But guess what? Not all the times worked. When I left corporate and started a company that crashed a year later, leaving with basically nothing, and I had to start from zero, guess what I had to do? I had to innovate again. When I wanted to start this company of the VR, the virtual reality, guess what I had to do? I had to innovate again. Did it work right away? No. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I want to tell you today is very simple. Renewing your mind is not a one-time event, it's an ongoing process. And embrace the mindset of renewal, and you'll definitely unlock your full potential for innovation and creativity. My name is Stephen DOSSOU, and I will see you on top. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Transformation Zone podcast. If you're ready to propel your business and life to new heights, visit our website at www.salesforce.co. Connect with us for personalized transformation strategies. Until next time, embrace the journey and sail confidently toward your success.